Perhaps we will have an initiative to, like a combined initiative, international one, all over Africa, to increase our reach.
Most of the Somali are farmers. They do farmers, but there are two problems facing in climate justice. They are protracted droughts and flash floods. We want to give chance to people in order to the three key principles we noted down from here was mitigation, adaptation, and loss of damage.
I have information, so I'm going to sensitize people who have interest, common interest as me. So I'm going to disseminate information and make sure that they understand what I'm telling them.
What I want to change really is the manner in how to communicate our activities, how to transfer our ideas via social media.
When I get back home, I intend to transmit the information that I learned here about climate justice, continue the interaction with our fellow Africans, with people that I met here from different countries in Africa.
It actually turns out that there's so many intricacies that goes into climate justice, the climate space, that we didn't know and were able to learn in this intensive 2-week packed program. So the actions I will take to actualize my resolutions is, one, make sure to partner with other youth organizations.
I'm an actress in Rwanda, especially. I will use through medias, through movies, theater, so that I can tell people how they can protect this world, because this world is where we will live. There is no other earth we will go.
I'll start engaging more in the community about, it's called creating awareness about climate change, which it entails all of us being engaged. Then involve the youth in every way possible and encourage them, this is the way to follow.
I'm going to organize some training programs. Already I have planned with some partners and the Ministry of Environment in Ghana and the EPA to train young people as negotiators who will provide support to the Government of Ghana delegation at COP27 and beyond.
What I have learned here, go back home, make sure, and I impact the knowledge and try as best as much and to be able to bring people who are concerned, like the Minister of Environment, Minister of Agriculture, and the City Council, bring them all on board.
So we have to go back to my community and ensure that, I tell these policymakers, European Union in my country, to know that the problems they have messed up, they have to clear it up, or they change the policy that they are using.
We need to have collaboration to advocate with government, private sectors, NGOs, individual and even indigenous people. So again, that's what I will work on.
I, as a Cameroonian and as a youth, I will want to work with other youths in my country to really build on advocacy, promoting climate justice, and also to work with people who are into agriculture, especially the youth.
I see an empowered Ghanaian youth actively engaged in the cause of climate justice, and also I see our country leading the front for more finance for adaptation and loss and damage issues in Africa.
We should come up with climate change ambassadors, climate justice ambassadors in my country that are going to be recognized, that are going to be acknowledged for their work.
I've learned that we as the young people, we need to do more than what we think we can do. I need to disseminate that information to my fellow youth that are in Zimbabwe, and also to apply what we've been taught, to take the work up to the ground, doing more than what you can talk.
The capacity building of our government and governmental institution, even in other civil society network, is still some challenges. That's why we will need to bring this influence, to advocate more, to be understood at different levels.
Currently, I'm afraid to go back home because the cattle are dying, we are lacking fees, so it's more worse there. So my resolution is coming, like I'm going to take something home. We have a Northern Kenya Green Network, so we are going to mobilize the youth to pick a voice whereby you can speak for climate change. We want justice. We want to be considered. We are more affected more than other people. We are more vulnerable. Taking that, we are more indigenous people. So we want like climate justice to happen even in the Northern Kenya.
Nationwide campaigns. This is one of the things that I really want to do, a nationwide awareness campaign of climate justice. We have never had that in Lesotho, so I want to just really have the campaign events in each and every district and on grassroots level.
My part that I'm going to do is unite all the activists, the young activists on climate justice together, because when we're going to have one voice, we are going to play a very big role in placing the issue of climate justice to the government.
The country is working on the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, which is envisaged to be the Disaster Risk Management Act in the long run. So these are hanging processes, and from a climate justice angle, we should be able to exploit those entry points and also provide our voice to have these frameworks in place.
I've learned about adaptation process, mitigation, and also loss and damages. And as a lawyer, the aspect of loss and damages is very important. How I can also go into litigation, climate change litigation for the victims, the climate change victims, how I can advocate and say, you know what, these people should be compensated for their lives that have been lost to climate change, for their properties that have been lost to climate change, but also their health that have been affected. So these are all human rights issues I can also advocate in the courtroom and also out of the courtroom.
Most of the youths are not aware of these things. If we can educate them and help also maybe to get funding, because there's nothing that works without money.
The knowledge and the skills from this training, then I will implement in my home country through training, through awareness creation, through capacity building.
I want to work on that. I want to introduce the youth. I want to introduce my fellow students to the idea of climate justice. So when I go back, I want to work with my university.
Use the minds, the knowledge, the connections we have made so far to grow in that area. So that's the first thing that I'll do, and further collaborating with indigenous community.
When I go back to South Sudan, I make sure the young people must be educated about the basic information of climate change, right away from primary schools to secondary schools and even to the universities.
And the two resolutions right now, the two major ones is to really mobilize. So capacity building towards mass employment is one of the key things that we need to do, but this needs to be done within the green economy. So we really need to start re-looking and strategizing ways that we are able to build green.
The actions I will take is that I will get more involved with the organization I'm affiliated with, which is Lumisa Eswatini, and whatsoever projects that they are working on, I am intending to be with them and share the knowledge that I've learned from the summer school.
Where my voice can reach, I will tell people to invest in renewable energies.
The cyclone's movement or track follows a pathway away from its source, driven by global wind circulation.
If you look at methane,
conflict, and climate change,
I'm going to be looking at challenges, impact, and responses to climate change.
Wow, so this 2 weeks that we've been out here at Climate Justice School has been mind-blowing. Just to be firstly in a room with countless individuals that are standing together as grassroots activists.
The highlight for me has been the field trip to Katunde.
I had no idea that climate justice was focused on so many social issues.
So I don't think I would have gotten
so much information in such a short space of time anywhere else.
The 2 weeks of the summer school, I've been able to network, learn more about climate justice, climate crisis.
Right now, they are refusing to take responsibility of that. We as African youth, together, if we stand together, we'll be able to fight that and demand the justice and demand what is right of us. So please, let us be united as Africans.